welcome to my kitchen. I'm going to be making some food for you. It's steak and butternut squash. Everything's going to be homemade. Everything's going to be made from scratch. Wine is involved. Just disclaimer, wine is involved. Okay, so right across the street from my house, there's a Trader Joe's. For convenience sake, I go there for every food item that I have in this house. We have this steak. It's a beef New York strip steak. We're gonna use this. Usually when you cook steak, you want it to come up to room temperature so that it cooks evenly. We're going to cut this open and leave it out on the counter for about 20 minutes. Like so. Pat it off too. See all this like liquid and moisture or whatever? Pat that off because we want it to be really dry so it gets a really good sear on the outside. Voila! Put it down. Super cute. Yeah, they look like zigzag french fries, see? Not quite french fries, but probably way more healthy because we're going to bake them with some olive oil, salt and pepper, maybe some like cinnamon and brown sugar or something like that, just to make it really interesting because it's fall. It's basic bitch season, as we all know. So we're going to make this, it's not quite pumpkin, but it is butternut squash. Yeah, we'll see how that turns out. This, as you can see, is a cast iron skillet. It is well seasoned, which means it has oil in it and it's just well seasoned, so Google that. Anyway, it's gonna be non-stick. It makes the outside of everything have like a really good brownness to it. If you've watched Food Network, they say brown food tastes good, which that's the truth. So we're gonna make this steak, the outside of the steak, nice and brown. I'm gonna start off with the last of this canola oil. There's like nothing left in it. But yeah, we're gonna put this canola oil in the cast iron skillet. Like a tablespoon. Okay, so that was enough oil. Now, after you pour the oil in, there's a very important step that you have to take. Like this. Pinky's out, because you're always a lady. Okay, so turn on the heat. The heat is going. We have our salt and pepper at the ready. I'm gonna take this off the tripod and show you. So I'm not gonna be in it, I'll just show you what the steak looks like. Okay. Steak. Wish the lighting was better. Okay, there we go. The steak, salt and pepper, the two best necessities of your entire kitchen. Whoa, doing this with one hand is crazy. Like a lot of salt. I think people underestimate how much salt and pepper that actually needs to be put on their food. There's no bland food coming out of this kitchen at all. Pat that in. Kind of like massage it into the muscle of the meat right there. Turn it over. Plenty of salt, plenty of pepper. Okay, for these butternut squash fries or pieces or segments or whatever you want to call them, we're going to first put olive oil all over them. So that's my olive oil right there. Then we're probably going to put some garlic powder, cinnamon, chili powder. I found this new random thing called coconut aminos. I don't really know what that is, but it tastes kind of good, so we'll just put a couple dashes on there just because. And of course, salt and pepper. Making my face. Okay. Hi, I'm just gonna crouch down here like the little hobbit that I am. This is break time. For these little butternut squash fries, it's weird that I'm like sitting on my knees in the kitchen. It's just odd, but dump that out. I guess it's just that easy. Spread it out with clean hands. I didn't wash my hands, I just said I did, but I'm eating this, so who cares? Gonna spread it out like this. I have some extra virgin olive oil. Oh, the top's already off. We're just gonna go like this. Not too much or else you'll get super fat on something that's supposed to be good for you. Christ. So we mix this up. The oil is going to make it nice and crispy because this to me looks like a crinkle cut French fry. So I'm just gonna treat it like a French fry, but I know that this is super sweet because it's butternut squash. So that's why I'm gonna add what I'm adding right now. Some salt, actually a lot of salt. Some black pepper. We're gonna put some garlic powder here. A little bit of cinnamon because it's like that time of year when you put on Uggs and you put on your yoga pants and you wear your Lacoste sweaters or whatever and you go to Starbucks and you order a pumpkin pie, whatever, vanilla latte, double frap, I don't know. I've never done that, I'm just saying. I think people do that these days. So this is kind of in the same vein. We're going to add cinnamon. Oh, that was a lot. Oh, that kind of worked. So if you add too much, just blow on it and the dust will just take it away. That was a lot. Okay, maybe to combat that I just did, that I totally meant to do, we're going to put some chili powder on it to make it nice and savory. This isn't even hot, it's just like a savory, yummy flavor. All right, I think that's all the spice that these little butternut squash fries can handle, so let's mix them. Spread them out nice and evenly, because if you didn't spread them out nice and evenly, if you just like put them in the oven in a pile, they would steam themselves, which is not what you want. Like there's water all in these, so the water is going to evaporate and come out of this squash. You want to kind of layer it in one layer so that it kind of has this crunchy texture that a French fry would have. But these are our vitamin French fries, I guess. So much better for you. Even though they have so much oil, but you know, what are you gonna do? Okay, so these are done. I'm gonna pop them into the oven. I preheated my oven at 375. I'm gonna wash my hands and put them in the oven. I'm gonna check them every 10 minutes and we'll see how much time that it took because I've honestly never done this before, so we'll see. Okay, so I just heated up this cast iron skillet with some canola oil. It's pretty hot. We're gonna put the steak in right now. We'll go for like 4 minutes each side. So I just flipped it over, and as you can see, the cast iron skillet gives it such a wonderful crust. And I ended up putting these in the oven at 10-minute increments. You can see they shrunk quite a bit. So these are so much smaller than what we started with, but they look pretty good. I'm gonna put them back in for like only 5 more minutes. These are some ingredients that I use to make a quick steak sauce. This is what you do. Take some ketchup. I'm bending all the way over to show you. Take some ketchup. Get a good like 3 tablespoons down. Put in some garlic powder. I'm gonna put in this like coconut aminos. I still don't know what it is, but it just tastes kind of good, so it can't hurt, I don't think. So we'll just put like a couple dashes in there. Because like we already have it, so we might as well use it. We're going to put in just a little bit of vinegar. This is all to your taste. So if you don't like something that tastes super acidic, don't put this vinegar in because this is one of the most acidic things that we're going to use in the sauce. Wow, that was a lot. Okay. We're going to put in a tad of soy sauce. Just a tad. I don't know what that means, but yeah, that much. To round it all out, we're going to put in like 3 dashes or so of sriracha. That's 3 dashes, I guess. I don't know. Or like just a big glob. Now, could you see this the entire time? I don't know. So anyway, that's what we put in this little bowl container Tupperware thing. Now stir this up. I have all sorts of sugar on deck. I have white sugar, brown sugar, powdered sugar, whatever kind of sugar, organic sugar, it doesn't really matter. I always have sugar. That's a fact. Put in maybe just like a little pinch of brown sugar to that. Yeah, I like that. Cool. This is the final plated product that we labored so hard for. I mean, it wasn't really that hard. But, do you see that? I put the steak sauce on top of the steak already. I actually topped these butternut squash fries with a little bit of Parmesan cheese and parsley. They look amazing. They shrunk a lot. They're really good. They taste like sweet potato fries. Really awesome. Thanks for watching. Like this video and subscribe. Let me know what I should make next. See you next time. Bye.